Howdy folks, this is Michael Kreider for Android Community, and today we're taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy S2 Skyrocket, the phone with a very long name. One of the more interesting things about this phone, it is one of the first to use AT&T's 4G LTE network. Now that's the LTE network, which is considerably faster than what they've been calling 4G, their HSPA Plus network. So, let's take a look at it. You can see this is the external packaging, some fairly standard stuff for AT&T. And, well, that's about it. So let's see if we can get this thing going. Alright, on the inside you've got your basic AT&T/Samsung documentation, and there is the phone itself. In this little plastic bag. Let's see if we can pull it out of there. And on the front you have an adhesive warning keeping you from texting while driving, which is a good idea. On the back you've got a little more plastic here. Alright, let's set that aside and see what else you get inside the box. Looks like even more documentation. And a wall wart charger, your basic USB cord, and hey, this one comes with free headphones. Very nice. You probably already have some, but it's always nice to get some extras with your phone. So let's set all this aside and take a look at the hardware of the phone itself. 1 second. And here we go. Now if it's like most Samsung phones, yep, it'll have the power button on the side here. We'll see if it'll boot up. While it's booting up, let's take a look around. Pretty thin. It's very similar to just about all the other Galaxy S2 phones you've seen. Looks like this, feels like this back is, it's either metal or a really nice plastic. Up top you've got your headphone port, camera, chargers there on the bottom, not the side, which I actually prefer. And that's about it. You've got your volume rocker over here. So, a little bit of gunk there. And it's already booted up, so let's get started. Fast and easy phone setup, skip. And we're already booting into the home screen. Nice. Alright. As you can see, this is a modified version of Samsung's TouchWiz interface with these 7 home screens. And unfortunately, as I'm going through, I can already see a little bit of slowdown as you're going through the home screen and the apps. Yeah, definitely seeing some flickering here. On the plus side, it looks like there's not just too many apps that are going through. You get this nice carousel app display. Easy to get through. You've got the standard AT&T and Samsung stuff going on. See if there's anything extra. MOG Music, that's a music service I'm not exactly familiar with. Keys, the software manager for Samsung. Another instance of Quick, and our old friend Need for Speed Shift is up there in the corner. Nice. Alright. Well, that's the phone. Let's see if we can pull up the dialer here. And again, a very familiar sight if you've seen any of the other Samsung devices. Alright, this phone has a large 4.5-inch display, which is, I believe, is the same or very, very close to what the standard model Samsung Galaxy S2 has on AT&T. It is a Super AMOLED display. It's got that nice, vivid, bright characteristic that we've come to know and love. But it is only 800 pixels by 480 pixels, which is kind of low for a screen this size. Alright, let's see if we can open up this back plate. Come on. Hope I don't break this thing moments after getting it. There we go. And you can see there's your battery, your 4G SIM card, and it's got a micro SD card slot, but there's nothing in it. So, let's take a look at the insert that AT&T sent along to me. Oh, this is fun. Don't think I quite got that. I'll worry about it later. Alright, according to AT&T, this has a micro SD that's up to 32 gigabytes, but of course it doesn't have it in there. The phone itself has 16 gigabytes of onboard storage, which is pretty good. The processor is a 1.5 gigahertz dual-core Qualcomm, so pretty speedy processor in this thing. And the RAM is 1 gigabyte, which unfortunately doesn't seem to be keeping up with the interface quite as well as we'd like it to. Alright, and as you can see, It is a typical Galaxy S2 device in that it's very slim. Let's see if I can do a better job there. There we go. Looks like it's about, I'd say 9mm there. Alright. We did just unbox the HTC Vivid, which is the second of only 2 phones right now that run on AT&T's 4G LTE network. So putting them side by side, you can see they're about almost exactly the same size, as a matter of fact, in both the footprint and the thickness. Very similar. But the Samsung feels a little more plasticky, a little cheaper. Even though it's actually the more expensive of the 2 phones at $249.99, whereas the View is $199.99. The View feels heavier, but to my mind that actually makes it feel a little bit better. You can feel the metal in the back and in the frame, even though the surrounding bezel here is almost all plastic. It just feels like a much more solid phone. So, that's it. Go ahead and get this guy out of here. This has been the Samsung Galaxy S2 Skyrocket on AT&T's 4G LTE network. And while I can't get the LTE at my location, we will be getting some speed tests in very soon. This is Michael Kreider for Android Community. Thank you very much.